Okay, now this is Halfus Wyrmbreaker, and the reason I'm showing a different Halfus Wyrmbreaker is because he's a completely different fight depending on which dragons are knocked out. So now we have the Storm Rider knocked out, and we have the Time Warden knocked out. So there's not going to be a Shadow Nova, which makes the fight incredibly simple, right? Wrong, because instead, every single attack he does, I think it's every single attack, don't don't hold that, don't hold me to my word, causes a 4% MS, and it stacks up, and I think it lasts about 30 seconds. So, he will have the Slate Dragon, which causes periodic stuns, the Nether Scion, which makes him stronger, gives him 100% haste, and the Emerald Whelps, which make the dragon's fire breath very powerful. So, what we decided to do was we took out the Nether Scion, which makes him do 25% less damage, 25% reduced chance to hit, and 25% less haste, which means he will do stacks on the tank so very slowly. So that was pretty good. So we also released the Emerald Whelps at the same time. So let me just resume. You watch the video. I'm Frost again. Pop Lust. Doing the Blizzard. Gotta keep up that replenishment. Don't think I'm doing that well enough. There it is. There's a Frostbolt I was looking for.
Yeah, that's the keep towning. Keep tanking.
You might hear some background noise from Vent.
Yeah,
Just try to drown that out.
Let me know. Cause this guy's not
I don't know
even
why I
hearing me.
can't. Let me see if I can make that go away. I don't know if I can or not. It'll probably still be there. But it's not that bad. So, back to the Scion. We gotta burn this as fast as possible so that the tanks don't have to deal with MS. We are having our tanks taunt off each other. So right now our main tank has a 90% MS, and he's taking the Nether Scion, and he has to pop CDs. Whereas our off tank is holding the boss, getting stacks. Now what our hunter did was, occasionally he will distracting shot and take the Nether Scion to make it so our main tank doesn't take as much damage. But we really need to burn this much quicker. My DPS is pretty bad. I'm only doing 14k. That's AoE. Now the Nether Scion is down, we are going to get the Slate Dragon, which means the boss will be periodically stunned for 10 seconds at a time. This is so valuable. So good. Oh, look at that 148,000 crit. Isn't that awesome? I think it's awesome. Now the boss will take 150% more damage, which is great. DPS is getting picked up. And now we have to switch to the Slate Dragon. Since we don't need interrupts, we don't need to have our melee DPS on the boss, so they can focus down the Slate Dragon with the ranged. Which is good because I think we're primarily heavy. Yeah, we're heavy melee. It's just me and Bobby Lee, who's a hunter. He's actually doing really good DPS. After we kill the Slate Dragon, it's all easy from there. I don't think our tank can bubble out of his stacks at the moment because he has forbearance. So the hunter is doing that taunt thing. We didn't actually officially discuss that taunt. I don't think we did. Oh, by the way, you can see the boss is paralyzed right now. He's sort of in stone. Now the stone's gone. So we didn't really discuss doing the whole taunt, run away kind of thing. That was something he just came up with, and we just rolled with it. They were kind of fighting for threat though, because Zaphron wasn't really, he didn't know about it. Now the Slate Dragon is dead, and when the boss goes to 50%, it simply just becomes a tank and spank, along with the Furious Roar, which does about 10k damage, 30k overall, but I think part of it gets resisted. Now we can just safely ignore the dragon, heal through it. With 150% damage buff too, but we don't have Lust. Doesn't really make a big difference. We're not worried about the enrage timer at all. If you look on the sated right there, it says 7 minutes, so it's only been 3 minutes, and we're doing a lot of DPS, and all of our DPS are alive. So our healers are really good, and he's paralyzed again, so now we don't really have to heal. So he does about 9k there, so maybe it's only 27k because I didn't see any resisted. Stacks are building up so very slowly, and we're doing so much damage right now. Yeah, I'm ahead of the tank in DPS. I must be friggin' amazing. Jesus. I'm actually catching up with the other DPS. Makes me feel less crappy. That was a really bad blink though. Now I'm not even, I don't think I'm in range of Light of Dawn. So I have to walk back. I thought I could get a little more DPS in, but I blinked a second too early and I got hit by Furious Roar. Speaking of which, he's stunned again. Isn't it beautiful? He's in a weird pose right now. I would not stand in front of him. That'd be hilarious if you can like dodge his attacks by moving out of his weapon's range. Whenever he's stunned like that. $2.7k melee crit. That's wonderful. That'll help with my DPS. I'm getting a couple misses every now and then. I don't think we have a Shadow Priest. That's probably why. And that's Halfus Wyrmbreaker. He's not that hard at all. Got my mind on my money. Epic Chiefs.